Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am your narrator, Second Lieutenant Jacob Brown. On behalf of Major Freddie R. Oriana, Deputy Chief, Installation Contracting Division, Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, I would like to welcome you all here today to celebrate the promotion of Second Lieutenant Alejandro J. Quiles Sanchez to the rank of First Lieutenant, United States Air Force. At this time, please stand, if you're already seated, for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Chaplain Banks, will you please come forward to give the invocation?
All right, if you are willing and able, would you please bow your heads as we reflect on this day? Good and gracious Father, today is the day that you have made, so we will rejoice and we will be glad in it. Today we gather not only to witness a milestone, but to celebrate a moment of significance in the life and career of Second Lieutenant Alejandro Quiles Sanchez, as he is promoted to the rank of First Lieutenant. We thank you for the dedication, perseverance, and excellence that have brought him to this moment. In a career field that demands much, we pause today to celebrate this win, because wins matter. They remind us of purpose, of progress, and of the people who walk with us on the journey. Lord, may this promotion not just be a symbol of advancement, but a spark igniting within Lieutenant Quiles Sanchez a deeper sense of calling, courage, and commitment. May it lead him to greater things, greater impact, greater service, and greater growth. For all of us gathered here today, leaders, friends, and teammates, may we be faithful encouragers along the way, cheering, challenging, and championing his continued success. Strengthen him on the road ahead, for this is no small task. For we trust in your grace to equip him, your wisdom to guide him, and your presence to sustain him. With hearts full of gratitude and hope, we dedicate this moment to you. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Banks. At this time, if you can, please be seated. It's a full house, so it's awesome to see. Shout out to those in the back that are staying strong. At this time, we would like to recognize our special guest joining us today. Please save your applause until all have been announced. His mentor and friend, Master Sergeant Retired Daryl Vachon. His friends, Major Eris Cortez Arocho, Mr. Melvin Soto Barreto, Mrs. Jamie Miller, and Mr. Aldo Bocanegra. We would also like to extend a very special welcome to our distinguished visitors with us today. Colonel Hayes J. Weidman, Deputy Director of Contracting, Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, and Mrs. Mary White, Chief of Contracts, Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, Installation Contracting Division. And then, of course, all of our other guests in this packed house here in Building 2, who joined us both in person and then recorded back home, supporting from elsewhere. And at this time, I would like to present Major Freddie R. Orellana.
Good morning, everybody. Let me start by acknowledging a few folks that we have online back in Puerto Rico right now. They're very special to Alejandro. His grandma, Maria, who goes by Tata, his mom, Samari, his stepdad, Joel, and his brother, Christian. Thank you for being here with us. Likewise, I would like to extend a warm welcome to his father, Jose. Thank you for making the trip from Puerto Rico. I know it can be a little lengthy, but I appreciate being here. I'm going to take a little moment here to say in Spanish. Les quiero dar las gracias por tomarse el tiempo de poder estar aquí con nosotros el día de hoy. Muchas gracias. Les agradecemos la oportunidad de poder servir y trabajar con Alejandro desde que llegó a esta organización. Estamos muy contentos de tenerlo y que sea parte de nosotros. Igualmente a las personas que tenemos en el live stream, les quiero dar las gracias, un gran saludo y agradecerles por tomarse la oportunidad de estar acá. Back in April of 2024, we got the pleasure to get Alejandro to join the PCI family, which for me was really important, right? Every time that we get a lieutenant, it's a new experience. Every lieutenant comes with their own set of unique circumstances as to how they need to be in process and on board. And that is the beautiful thing about being in the position that Mary and I are. We have a chance to get to know him in the beginning. During my meet and greet with Alejandro, just to get to know him a little bit better about his family, about the things that he valued, the things that he wanted to do in life, the first thing he said to me when I asked him, what are your goals? What do you want to do in life? Where do you want to go? And he said, sir, I got things to do and places to go. Not normally what I hear when you get a second lieutenant, but he said it. So I said, okay, Alejandro, where are you going? What do you want to do? And Alejandro said, I don't know yet, but I know I'm going places. And I said, well enough. We'll press on, we'll help you out, we'll support you, we'll get you to whatever it is that you're going. At the time, the comment didn't make a lot of sense. It will be making sense to all of you in a moment. As I got to know him, we assigned him to the construction branch, where we do all the construction requirements for the civil engineering group. We as PCI, we are very unique in the fact that we have 5 different branches, right? We have support, base support section that does commodities and service. We have our construction side of the house, which is where Alejandro is working right now. We also have our GPC closeout branch. We have specialized contracting, in which we do intelligence support, but also we have IT equipment support. Anybody that has worked operational contracting, and for my folks are not familiar with what we do, I can tell you, construction is not an easy office to get at the beginning of your career. It can be challenging. It requires dedication, it requires commitment, it requires to understand the fine art and the science of doing contracting. And Alejandro took it upon the challenge to do that. He actually embraced the challenge and the opportunity to be able to work and learn the job. It wasn't easy. By little, with the guidance of his leadership team over there, he would be given more and more requirements. He started small, very small requirements. Then the workload increased to 12 requirements, about $1 million worth of portfolio value of the contracts he was managing. Then we increased a little more right now. He's about 18 requirements and about $5.7 million that he's working in construction, which is a significant milestone in the development of an officer early on in the career. He's being slowly progressing, developing the way that we expect him to develop and doing the things that we expect of him, being committed and having that ability to continue to work in the things that are given to him. In addition to that, as an officer, we have a lot of additional duties. For the people that are in the military, have served, my enlisted folks, my officers, additional duties is part of the job too, right? We have to balance out the primary job, which is contracting, but also the additional duties. Alejandro took on a huge responsibility 3 months ago. We have an audit, a safety inspection that was coming due. We had a lot of turnover. We lost some people, some folks. We needed to rearrange and reassign some responsibilities. We selected Alejandro to take over the safety program. And Alejandro not only took it upon himself to take the program underneath him, but actually make it a really good program. As I was working to our new facility, since we actually got into new facilities, we had 2 brand new buildings that we moved within the last 6 months. I was working in building 16, and lo and behold, who I found in building 16? The inspection team. Walking with Alejandro, looking at the different things that the safety people do. Normally, safety teams or the inspection team waits until the end. to give you an outbrief as to how everything went, areas of improvement, what you did good, things that are really bad that you need to address right away. Inspector pulled me aside and said, "Hey sir, you got a moment?" I said, "Absolutely. Are you Alejandro's supervisor or boss?" I said, "Yeah, what can I do for you?" I was expecting maybe, he's gonna tell me something that is really bad that we need to fix right away. To the contrary, I got a lot of compliments about his dedication, commitment, the passion that he was showing that was highlighted several times during my small 10-minute interaction with the team, in which the safety inspector, there were two individuals, said, "We have never had anybody like this with that level of passion associated with what they do." And I think that's important. Why do I make that point right now? Going back to the comment that Alejandro said, "Hey, I'm going places, I got things to do." Alejandro started the ROTC journey to commission back in 2017. He did not receive orders for active duty until 2024, January 2024. So what I want to highlight of this is his commitment, the tenacity, how relentless he has been in his life to get and achieve the goals and the things that he wants in life. It wasn't an easy journey for you, right? It was difficult. You got a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome, and I'm well aware of those. But he never quit. And I think that's a testament to everybody that is here with us today, not only friends and family and co-workers, but the people that have actually made a positive impact in Alejandro, right? We're talking about Tata, Samadi, Joel, Christian, Jose, friends, mentors, advisors, people that he relates, co-workers. And that is something that sometimes we don't say during this promotion ceremony, and I think that's, especially for an officer, those are the things that we really care about. What matters the most is the level of professional, but more importantly, as an officer, the leader you can be, and those qualities, those intangible qualities that sometimes get overlooked. We always talk about awards, coins, decoration, this and that and the other, but we fail to acknowledge what makes a person who they are. And Alejandro has a lot of tenacity, a lot of resilience, and has the ability to understand that life is not easy, and you're gonna have some challenges, but quitting is not an option, correct? All right, so that's what I want to share with you guys about Alejandro. He has done a lot of great things. He's also part of the fitness program. He created this fit to fight mentality in which we were doing sessions to help the team overcome some of the challenges, some of the difficulties that we have. I'm proud to say, and as you know, those are the things that we like to brag about. Our unit has a 100% pass rate in fitness with a 92.7 average. Not easy, but you gotta be fit to fight as a condition of employment. And it's like people like him and the rest of the team that manage the program that we can do that. I have to tell you, I am honored and thankful for the opportunity to say a few nice things for you. I really appreciate the opportunity and the time. I do have to tell you, I look forward to his continued development, continue to see what it is that he does with his career, where he takes it. But one thing I can promise everybody in this room, there's never gonna be a lack of effort, passion, commitment, tenacity, and a relentless approach to doing whatever needs to be done. 3 weeks ago, I challenged him and I said, "Alejandro, I would like to start considering you down the road, potentially give you a SAT warrant, Simplified Acquisition Threshold Level Warrant." In order to do that, since the boss and leadership at AFMC changed a little bit of the rules, now we're required to take the AFCA, Air Force Contracting Officer Test, which he doesn't have. I said, "Alejandro, let's do this. There's a link to take a pre-test. I want you to start practicing that. Once you get to the 90, 95 range consistently, we can start talking about setting up a date for you to take the test." As we expected, the first couple of tries were not that good, but a week later, he came back to me and I got an 85. Then the next day, I got a 90. And the day after that, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95. What point am I making? What you see in Alejandro is what you get. Commitment, dedication, and he is gonna stick to whatever is given to him until he figures it out. Either he masters or he gets better. Like everybody, including myself, we always have areas in which we can all improve. That is to everybody that is here in this room and in life. We always have areas of opportunity and we can grow. But I have no doubt that when Alejandro has been given the opportunity to lead, take care of people, and actually get the mission done, he will do that because he has it in him. There's many things that we can teach people in life. One thing you cannot teach is caring. And I can take anybody, and I tell this to everybody, all my military folks. The only thing that I ask of you guys is to care. Care about what it is that you do. Care about the people, care about the mission, care about yourself, care about your family. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of those individuals here with us today, Lieutenant Gil Sanchez. I wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. I wish you all the best in your career. I hope this is one of many promotions you're gonna have, and I really hope that you achieve all your dreams and goals that you have. Also, when you find out what things you wanna do, and where you're going, please let me know. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Major Oriana. The time has come for what everyone came here for. At this time, I would like you to please stand for the reading of the promotion orders. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Second Lieutenant Alejandro J. Gile Sanchez. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Second Lieutenant Alejandro Gile Sanchez is promoted to the grade of First Lieutenant, United States Air Force, effective the 30th day of June, 2025. Please be seated if you In military tradition, it is customary for family members or close friends to participate in the pinning of the new rank to recognize their contributions to the promotee's success. So at this time, I would like to invite Master Sergeant Retired Daryl Deschamps to please come forward to pin on the rank. Go for it.
Sir, make sure you don't put it upside down.
Scott.
Is there any other family members that would like to step in and take a picture with him? By all means, please do. Save the memories.
You sit on the flag. Just looking out for the aesthetics. All right, at this time, also a fairly important part of the ceremony, Major Freddie R. Oriana will now administer the officer oath of office.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your full name, having been appointed a First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God.
I, Alejandro J. Gile Sanchez, having been appointed First Lieutenant in the United States Air Force, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God.
I've never seen somebody do it all at once. I think we should give another round of applause. floor is yours.
Alright, I'm a little bit bad at public speeches, but here I go. So first of all, thank you, Mayor Freddy Orellana. This is possible because of you, because I was wanting not to do this, but you show me the importance of real recognition, basically recognizing everything that you do in life. I don't like to take credit for stuff, but that motivates you to keep on. Thank you, Bruno. It's a pleasure to have you here and an honor. I really appreciate it. I want to give special thanks to my friend and mentor, Darren Duchan. So basically, I met him because he sold me his car. You know, they moved out here on base. But then a few months away, somebody tried to steal my car twice in less than 3 days. And since he had experience with cars and all this stuff, so I called him like, hey, this happened to my car. What can I do to my car? And he drove like an hour, right? He volunteered to drive an hour to my house to tell me, basically to inspect the car and tell me what do I need to fix, what do I need to buy. Like, who does that, right? Got an hour for that. And then he helped me out, and also I told him that I was looking for a house and I was trying to get into the real estate business. So I was looking for a multi-family house, maybe a duplex, and he does that. So, and I was like, wow, he do that. Show me how to do it. So he showed me his portfolio. He told me what he does in the real estate. He gave me another friend, Janie. So she's a realtor here in Ohio, and he speaks Spanish as well. So it was better for me because I know English, but sometimes I need a translator for some stuff, you know, interpreter. And also I had a water leak in my house when I was on leave. Again, he showed up, he showed me how to fix the house, between other stuff around the house. And I really appreciate that. You represent a value in the Air Force, which is service before self. And since then, I had that in mind always. And every time that somebody asks me for help, and I also even volunteer to help people, that like boost my willingness to help people. And I thank you. I give you special thanks from everyone. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to give a special thanks to my family, my dad, my mom back in Puerto Rico, my grandma, stepdad, brother. You guys are, it's like a machine. Like when you program something to do something, you program in me those values, you implement in me those values. That's why I'm here, basically, because of you. That's something that I'm very grateful that I took the path that I took. I really appreciate that. And this one goes for you especially. Also, I want to thank my friends, Mayor Cortez. Thank you for training with me, for being there with me, socializing with me, because I thought that I was the only one speaking Spanish here, but I met a community from Puerto Rican people, so I really appreciate it. Also, my friend Melvin, we've been training together. We're like the trio that we train. Janie, thank you for all the help in the house. You advised me a lot to select the right house, and you were there for me also. You invited me to your house to socialize, and, you know, get interactive with the community here. I appreciate that a lot. Also, the wonderful thing that I got here, it's not because I want to say that just for sake, but this is the best thing that I ever had. Like, you all are so very motivated, proactive, happy. You have that charisma in you. Whenever I ask for help, you are there to answer my questions, show me the way. Also, before I forget, thank you to Captain Curio. and to Lieutenant Manning for helping me out to get a car. Because I was here with a car and I was like crazy, like, I need a car to work, you know, because if not, I cannot work. So you guys helped me a lot on that. You took me to places. I really appreciate that. Also, I'll give a special thank to Sonia Everest. So she's gonna be a master sergeant soon, right? So you took care of me. You showed me basically the interpretation of how everything works here, well, the basic at least. But you did a lot of help me. You took care of me. You kept my back, and I really appreciate that. To all the friends that are here, thank you for coming. Like, this is a big house. I wasn't expecting this, so I really appreciate it a lot. And lastly, I would like to say a message. So basically, life is like a cargo plane. You have your destination, you have the orders, you take off. Everything's beautiful, everything's shining. You know you're going to the destination. But then obstacles happen, like turbulences, storms, you name it. You name it. A lot of things can happen in life. But you know you have your destination. You know that you need to go somewhere. You know your goal in life. And no matter the obstacle, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do to get there. So that's something that touched me in life a lot, because I had a lot of obstacles to be here, me standing in front of you. But I have this mindset like, no quitters. Like, my favorite quote is, winners are those who persist. And I got to places that I never thought that I would get, but it was all because of persistence, and also having God in our lives. That's the right way, you know? So yeah, thank you for everything.
These things always get me a little emotional, so thank you for that. It's always an honor. Thank you for allowing me to narrate this. So at this time, I think this is a standing activity, in my opinion, but in keeping with Air Force tradition, we invite all our guests to join us standing for the Air Force song. Just the first verse, we won't subject you to all four of them. But we're going to do this one a cappella, so I will lead us off. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Adam down, give him the gun, give him the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we're down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Today's ceremony. Please take a moment before you head out to proceed through the receiving line to congratulate our First Lieutenant Alejandro Sanchez, and then of course join us in the rear of the room for some refreshments for reception. But most importantly, please enjoy the remainder of this outstanding Air Force Day. Thank you very much.